Section 6E, Training Responsibilities. 12. Training Opportunities. Well-trained workers mean higher production, positive morale, greater profits, and higher wages. The demand for training costs the USAF millions of dollars annually, and for good reason. To accomplish the mission, whether that means sending satellites into orbit, planes in the air, reports to higher headquarters, or vehicles on the road, training is a must. Training is something every airman needs throughout their career, from basic military training to technical training, to advanced skill-level training, and beyond. 6.13. Basic Military Training. All enlisted airmen are trained in the fundamental skills necessary to be successful in the USAF. These skills include basic combat skills, field training exercises, weapons training, military discipline, physical fitness, drill and ceremonies, dormitory inspections, history and heritage, core values, and a comprehensive range of subjects relating to USAF life, such as financial management, family issues, and alcohol/substance abuse. More than 7 million young men and women have entered USAF basic military training. Basic military training begins with the receiving phase 0 week and ends with graduation. Military training instructors are responsible for most of the training that takes place, and they accompany trainees throughout the training process. Following graduation, all airmen proceed to the appropriate technical training school or their first duty assignment. Technical training typically lasts anywhere from 1 month to 2 years, depending on the airman's assigned Air Force Specialty Code, AFSC. 6.14. On-the-Job Training. The USAF On-the-Job Training, OJT, provides personnel the opportunity to attain knowledge and skill qualifications required to perform duties in their specialty. Effective training, knowledge, proficiency, and experience are integral parts of a unit's mission that will ultimately lead to a successful career and contribute to a solid national defense. An effective OJT program requires commander and supervisory involvement at all levels. While the supervisor's primary responsibility is to plan OJT that outlines specific short-term, mission-related goals for the trainee, overall success depends on the supervisor's ability to advise and actively assist airmen in reaching their long-range career objectives. The USAF OJT program consists of 3 components: job knowledge, job proficiency, and job experience. Job knowledge. Job knowledge is satisfied through a planned program of study involving career development courses, CDC, or technical references listed in the Career Field Education and Training Plan, CFET, or identified by the supervisor. Job proficiency. Job proficiency is hands-on training provided on the job, allowing the trainee to gain proficiency in tasks performed in the work center. Job experience. Job experience is gained during and after upgrade training to build confidence and competence. 6.15. Upgrade training. Upgrade training leads to award of higher skill levels and is designed to increase skills and abilities. AFSC upgrade training requirements for award of 3-5-, 7-, and 9 skill levels are outlined AFMAN 36 to 2100, Military Utilization and Classification, April 7, 2021, Department of the Air Force Instructions, DAFI, 36 to 2670, Total Force Development, October 12, 2021, and the applicable CFEP. Apprentice. Airmen must complete an initial skills course for award of the 3 skill level. Retraining into an AFSC may be accomplished via OJT training alone, only when specified in the retraining instructions and as approved by the Career Field Manager or the Career Field Functional Manager, Air Reserve Component. Personnel retraining via OJT may be awarded a 3 skill level when they complete knowledge training on all tasks taught in the initial skills course and other tasks and mandatory requirements. Journeyman. Airmen must complete mandatory CDCs, if available, and applicable mandatory core tasks identified in the CFEP. Award of the 5 skill level also requires completion of all mandatory requirements listed in the Air Force Enlisted Classification Directory, Effect. Additionally, the member must be recommended by the supervisor and approved by the commander. Individuals in retraining status, training status code F, are subject to the same training requirements. Craftsman. To be a craftsman, the member must be at least a Staff Sergeant Select, complete mandatory CDCs, if available, and complete applicable mandatory core tasks identified in the CFEP. Award of the 7 skill level also requires completion of a 7 skill level craftsman course, if career field requires it, and mandatory requirements listed in the effect. Additionally, the member must be recommended by the supervisor and approved by the commander. Individuals in retraining status, training status code G, are subject to the same training requirements. Superintendent. For award of the 9 skill level, the member must be at least a senior master sergeant, meet mandatory requirements listed in the effect, be recommended by the supervisor, and be approved by the commander. 6.16. Unit Training Management. The unit training program is designed to ensure all airmen receive quality, standardized, comprehensive training. The trainee is the focal point of the training program, while at the forefront, unit training managers and supervisors work together to plan, conduct, and evaluate the trainees' efforts to become qualified to perform in their USAF specialty. The success and quality of training greatly depends on the trainee's active participation and understanding of the training program, as well as the relationship between the supervisor, trainer, and trainee. Basic requirements of the unit training program state that newly assigned personnel will be interviewed within 30 days, 60 days for Air Reserve component, to determine training status and issue CDCs upon confirmation within the Course Development Student Administration Record System. Work Center training orientation will be conducted within 60 days of assignment, 120 days for Air Reserve component. A comprehensive trainee orientation will be conducted for trainees initially entering upgrade training within 60 days of assignment, 90 days for Air Reserve component, and a training progress review will be conducted with the unit training manager, supervisor, and trainee at the 24th month of upgrade training. Before being submitted for upgrade, the trainee must meet all mandatory requirements as defined in the CFEP, effect, and the Air Force Job Qualification. Standard AFJQS. Unit Training Managers. Unit training managers are the commander's key staff members responsible for overall management of the training program. Training managers serve as training consultants to all unit members and determine if quality training programs are in effect within all sections. Training managers develop, manage, and conduct training in support of in-garrison and expeditionary mission requirements, advise and assist commanders and unit personnel in executing their training responsibilities, and conduct a staff assistance visit of the unit's training program when requested by the unit commander. Supervisors. In addition to unit training managers, supervisors have the single greatest impact on mission accomplishment with regard to training. They must share their experiences and expertise with trainees to meet mission requirements and ensure a quality training program is provided. Supervisors develop master training plans to ensure completion of all work center duty position requirements, for example, 100% task coverage. The supervisor must also integrate training with day-to-day work center operations and consider trainer and equipment availability, training opportunities, and schedules. Trainers. The trainer, often the trainee supervisor, is selected based on their experience and their ability to provide instruction to the trainee. Additionally, they must maintain task qualification and complete the USAF training course. Trainer responsibilities include planning, conducting, and documenting training, preparing and using teaching outlines or task breakdowns, developing evaluation tools, and briefing the trainee and supervisor on the training evaluation results. Task certifiers. Task certifiers provide third-party certification and evaluation of progress in the training program. Certifiers must be at least a staff sergeant with a 5 skill level or civilian equivalent, complete the USAF training course, and be capable of evaluating the task being certified. Certifiers will develop evaluation tools or use established training evaluation methods to determine the trainee's abilities and training program effectiveness, and will brief the trainee, supervisor, and trainer on evaluation results. 6.17. Training forms and documentation. Training documentation is important to personnel at all levels because it validates the status of training and task qualification. Documentation also helps managers assess mission capability and readiness, and it defines requirements for individual career progression. Air Force Form 623, Individual Training Record. The AF Form 623, Individual Training Record Folder, 6-part folder, when required by the Career Field Manager, or approved electronic equivalent, is generated for all trainees entering upgrade training for the first time. The training record reflects past and current qualifications, and is used to determine training requirements. Supervisors maintain the training record and ensure it is available to applicable personnel in the chain of command, including the unit training manager, upon request. Unless classified, the training record is returned to the member upon separation, retirement, commissioning, promotion to Master Sergeant, or as otherwise directed by the Career Field Manager. Air Force Form 623A, On-the-Job Training Record Continuation Sheet. Use AF Form 623A, On-the-Job Training Record Continuation Sheet, or automated version, to document an individual's training progress. The form reflects status, counseling, and breaks in training. Career Field Education and Training Plan. The CFEP is a comprehensive core document identifying life cycle education and training requirements, training support resources, core and home station training, and deployment/unit type code task requirements for USAF specialties. Supervisors use the CFEP to plan, prioritize, manage, and execute training within the career field and to identify and certify all past and current qualifications. CFEP Part 1 provides information necessary for overall management of the specialty, and is maintained as part of the Work Center Master Training Plan. CFEP Part 2 contains the specialty training standard identifying the duties, tasks, and technical references to support training, core and home station training tasks, deployment/unit type code tasks, and CDC requirements. At least one copy of the entire CFEP, Part 1 and 2, should be kept in the Work Center for general access and Master Training Plan development. Air Force Job Qualification Standard. The AFJQS is a training document approved by the Career Field Manager for a particular job type or duty position within a USAF specialty. Air Force Form 797, Job Qualification Standard Continuation/Command JQS. AF Form 797, Job Qualification Standard Continuation/Command JQS, is a continuation of the CFET Part 2, or AFJQS. This form defines locally assigned duty position, home station training, and deployment/unit type code requirements not included in the CFET Part 2. Air Force Form 803, Report of Task Evaluations. Evaluators use the AF Form 803, Report of Task Evaluations, to conduct and document completion of task evaluations during training staff assistance visits, when directed by the commander, or when task certification requires validation. Completed evaluations conducted on a single trainee by the supervisor/trainer or task certifier are filed in AF Form 623, Individual Training Record, until upgraded or no longer applicable. Air Force Form 1098, Special Task Certification and Recurring Training. Supervisors use the AF Form 1098, Special Task Certification and Recurring Training, to document selected tasks requiring recurring training or evaluation. USAF and Major Command directives may identify tasks contained in the CFET that require special certification, as well as recurring training or evaluations. Master Training Plan. All work centers will have a Master Training Plan established. The Master Training Plan employs a strategy for ensuring all work center job requirements are completed by using a master task listing. The Master Training Plan provides milestones for tasks and CDC completion, and prioritizes deployment/unit type code, home station training, upgrade, and qualification tasks. 6.18. Retraining Program. The retraining program is designed to balance the number of personnel in specific grades and year groups of a USAF specialty. Once retraining is approved and the airman has been assigned duty in the new specialty, upgrade training begins. With minor exceptions, training requirements are identical for retrainees and standard upgrade trainees. Refer to AFMAN 36 to 2100 for additional details. 6.19 Language-Enabled Airman Program. The Language-Enabled Airman Program, LEAP, designed and managed by the USAF Culture and Language Center at Air University, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, provides opportunities for officers and enlisted airmen in the General Purpose Force, GPF, who have outstanding service records and possess some level of skill in a foreign language, as measured by the Defense Language Proficiency Test, DLPT, or Oral Proficiency Interview, OPI. LEAP is a highly competitive, board-selected program that enables the USAF to sustain, deliberately develop, and posture airmen for utilization in language-designated positions, deployments, and other combatant command requirements. Selected members develop and professionalize their skills through an online synchronous platform called eMentor, and through periodic overseas language immersions. Additional information on the Strategic Language List or the LEAP program can be found at https://www.airuniversity.af.edu/afclc/